What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Motovlog. This is the Evergreen Motovlog channel. Thank you for tuning on in. Got some new gloves on to try out. They're heated, so we'll see. I don't know how well you can see those right now, but got a little green light. It's the lowest setting. It's not too crazy cold out, but I got a feeling like my hands are going to get pretty cold. It's like mid 40s, high 40s, and when it's sunny out, it's not too bad. But when the sun isn't out, which obviously it's not out, it gets a little bit colder. So we'll see. My hands got a little bit cold on the last ride I did, and that was with the sun out. But it might have been a little bit colder too. I can't totally remember. But this is the first time I'm wearing these gloves. I got them a couple months ago, kind of right before the holidays. But just haven't had a chance to take them out. There's been a couple times where it's been really nice out, and I haven't needed them. But I wanted to give them a try and kind of see how they do. So this is kind of an informal review of these gloves. I'm gonna drop a quick little link here. I can't remember exactly where I picked them up. I don't know if it was Revzilla or Amazon or something, but they're supposedly legitimate motorcycle snowmobile gloves, and they got little batteries in them. So here's a picture of them right here, and yeah, checking them out, seeing how they are doing. Also, still trying to get the mic set up right. I actually have a new little windscreen type, I guess. I don't know if it's actually a dead cat or what the actual technical term is. I tossed it on the mic, and I didn't, when I bought them a couple weeks ago, and I was just a little too, honestly, just being a little lazy and not putting them on. But when I actually went to go put it on today, I realized that it is way thicker and larger than the one that originally came with the mic. So we'll see how it does. Hopefully there is a noticeable improvement. Just going out here on a little bit of a lunch break, and figured work is getting really busy, taking a lot of extra hours, putting a lot of extra hours in, so I needed a little bit of a stress relief. A little bit of that throttle therapy stress relief. Well, look at that. They actually did a pretty good job at patching up the road, but it still does make it bumpy. Man, I'm kind of surprised. It's kind of interesting how many little squares of asphalt they cut out. I don't know if I've ever seen it this bad before. Getting used to these new gloves, for sure. There's definitely a lot more padding built into them, so the grip is a little bit harder. Like I feel like I'm using either more finger strength on the throttle hand, or just different muscles I'm not used to. Probably either, I don't know, combination. Let's go with that. It's a combination of both. And yeah, it's definitely gonna take some getting used to, for sure. Kind of slipped out on the clutch there a little bit on my left hand, but overall, so far my hands feel perfect. No problems whatsoever. I hope that cop is cool. It's a good way to segue into my topic for the day, even though I know that I don't necessarily need to have a topic every single time I ride. But this is something that happened recently, and it's been on my mind, so might as well share it with y'all. But that is figuring out the motorcycle permit and endorsement, and all of the things that are required and associated with that. Ooh, this is a little bit of a good way to practice, dodge the new roads. So I went and got the motorcycle permit last year. I bought the Rebel 500 in May, and then scheduled the permit course with one of my buddies, and here in Washington State you can take a course, and it was a 3-day thing, but not actually 3 full days. It was more like 2.5 full days. So like Friday we did a classroom session for 3 hours or so, and then Saturday was where we all met up in the morning and did, got on the bikes and rode, and it was just very basic introductory riding stuff. And so we did that until about like 1 o'clock, and then we went back, and this was during COVID time, so we were doing it online. It was all on Zoom for the classroom portion. So then we went back home, and then we came back on Sunday, did a bunch of outside riding, stuff, went over the maneuvers and everything, and then did the test, and we were good. Well, fast forward 6 months, come to find out that you need to renew your permit after 6 months. And I know that they mentioned something about that at some point, but I guess, life gets busy, and I'm gonna admit it, I was lazy. And it's even more frustrating because Washington State, I honestly, I don't know how many other states have this, but Washington State has a really cool little online portal where you can go on and do most of your DMV related stuff. You can get new tabs, and you can get your license replaced. So 6 months after passing the permit, I actually needed to go online and renew that for an additional 6 months. And you have that time period to get your endorsement. The 6 months would have been plenty of time to get my endorsement, but it was winter time and work was starting to get busy, and I wanted to give myself a little bit more time to get a little more comfortable on the bike. Honestly, I feel like I could go do the endorsement right now, and that's just another class. It's basically a whole day class. But I go to find out that if your permit expires and you don't renew it, that you need to go back and retest for the permit. So that really freaking sucks. So right now my permit is expired, and the only way to get the endorsement is if I pay the fee and retake the permit course, so that then I can go take the endorsement course, which honestly kind of sucks. Like, I get having an expiration time period because you don't want somebody getting the permit and then waiting a few years, but come on guys, like, I know, like, why not either make it valid for a year? I'll even pay double the fine or double the fee at, when I initially get it. So either make it for a year, or why not have it auto renew, or I don't know. It's really frustrating. I've been spending a fair amount of time trying to figure out what my options are going to be. You basically got to get the permit, and within 6 months either renew it and then get the endorsement within that 6 month period, or get it in the first 6 month period. So I'm stuck in this situation trying to figure it out, and it's kind of frustrating. I wish I could just, go in and be like, all right guys, I forgot to renew it. I'll pay double the fee, whatever, and get that additional 6 month extension so that I can go get the endorsement and be good to go. But I guess that's not how they're looking to do it. Technically, I don't have anything that says I can ride a motorcycle right now. I don't know if I should admit that on YouTube or not. So if it's not a good idea to admit that on YouTube, let me just preface this with saying, from now until I get my permit renewed, all filming is taking place in Canada or Mexico. So that's just kind of a frustrating thing, but you pay the price when you don't keep up on things. So that's where I'm at, and is what it is. So my plan is, once things slow down at work, I can go take the permit course. Luckily, the silver lining of everything is that you don't actually have to take the whole course. I feel like I just said permit course. You don't actually have to take the whole course over again, because that's like $300 and takes up a whole weekend, and that would just really frustrate me. But you just have to take the test. So my plan is to, once work slows down, in a couple months here, I am going to go out and do a little bit of practicing around town, find an empty parking lot, and practice some of the old skills and maneuvers. And then I'm going to go take the permit test again, $75. And then I'm going to schedule the endorsement for pretty close after that. Hopefully I can get that endorsement and I can be good to go. Man, all I want to do is just get out here and ride. Other than that, everything's going pretty good. Can't complain too much. It's a nice day out, or at least nice day for Washington State standards, because any day it's not raining is a nice day. A little bit of an update review. I don't know, a little bit of an update. The gloves are feeling pretty good. Still, like this hand, I can kind of rest it, and so it's not too bad, but because this hand has to be engaged, holding onto the throttle, it's a little bit of a pain. But I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with it. I'm getting a little more used to it, so that's good. But my fingers are feeling great. Actually, it's making me realize how much colder my toes are and my feet, because I have normally by this point my hands would be really cold as well. And we're gonna be here for a minute. All right, we're just gonna do the back loop, I guess. But yeah, the hands are feeling awesome. I have it on the lowest setting because it really isn't that cold out, but you know, after the wind blowing and everything, it does tend to get a little chilly. But yeah, I mean, my hands are feeling great. The lowest setting is perfect, you know, because you don't want it to be too hot. I hate that feeling when your hands are in gloves and they get all sweaty and it's just too hot. Oh man, I need to get gas. Only 87 miles on this tank. I feel like it should be higher than that. I gotta do some digging and figure out how many miles I should expect to be getting on the bike. The tank is pretty small on this bike, so you do have to fill up relatively quickly, but I thought you could at least get like 150, like maybe 130 miles. Trying to gauge exactly how many miles on average I can get, so that I can base my fill-ups more on the mileage than the little indicator, because I have seen you know, some posts online that talk about how the indicators are just really not that accurate. I know that this one will start flashing when you're actually down to about out of gas, when you're screwed. Yeah, I was planning on going out and doing some rides this weekend, kind of break up the day, you know, on Saturday or Sunday, but based on the forecast, it's gonna rain. 80% chance, which is interesting. I don't know if this is true. This could be one of them internet facts, but did you know that when there's a percentage, if you're looking at the forecast and it says rain and then it gives you a percentage, it's not the percentage chance of it happening, but it's the percent of area for that given town or section or whatever that will receive rain. I had no idea that was a thing. I'm sure a lot of people didn't, or maybe they did and I'm just, you know, late to the game or something like that. But I thought that was kind of interesting, because it's definitely said, you know, really high percentage, and then I haven't seen rain, and then it's also said really low percentage and I see a ton of rain. That was like the first time I've ever turned sharp enough to where I kind of on a hill where I was a little afraid. Like I felt kind of that drop a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'm fine and I'm just overthinking it. Still learning the bike, you know, still learning the feeling of two wheels and cornering and all kinds of stuff. Man, this car's coming up on me quick. I don't like riding through all this dirt. Alright, well, you know what, I'm not gonna stop you. Passing on a double yellow line. Still hitting the damn turn signal button, especially that turn where it's just such a sharp turn. Man, I am not loving this dirt. I do not know. They must have been doing some kind of clearing or something. But yeah, these gloves are feeling great. I think between the added material and obviously the little warmers in there, I think, you know, they're doing awesome. My hands feel great, and I know that is a really important thing when you're going on a ride, if it's going to be cold, is making sure that your hands are comfortable. Yeah, so I'd say besides the extra grip needed to kind of, you know, feel like I can comfortably hold on to the throttle lever, or just to the throttle, I should say, throttle lever. I don't know what I'm talking about. which I don't a lot of the time. But I'd say the only other complaint I'd have with these gloves is, I mean, there's like a fair amount of play in the thumb there. So hitting that turn signal button is kind of a pain. And then of course, I'm sure these are not touchscreen or, you know, really possible to maneuver and mess with your phone at all. You know, it's like the rest of the glove fits my hand really well. Like my fingers are all, maybe besides my pinky, are all pretty close to the ends, but the thumb is just way off. It's like somebody, look, I don't know if you can see this compared to what I'm looking at, but that thumb just is sticking way out. It's like a sore thumb. But positive of that is I can give people a pretty solid thumbs up. Like, hell yeah. I like that 500 power. I mean, it's just the throttle is not really snappy. Like, it's got just kind of a good pickup. But when you get on it, it feels good. Let's see if I can not hit the turn signal button after this turn here. The blinker, the indicator light. I just reached for it. Oh man. Well, I guess it's better to be good at flipping that off than, you know, flipping that off than not, because then you'd be riding around with your indicator flashing like a noob. Woo! Manure sprayer. Don't want to ride through that. Oh, now I smell the manure. Man, I was like, I don't know why I'm so close to that thing and I don't smell anything, but now I do. Gotta get that fertilizer going though. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't really have too much more to talk about there, you know. Just heading on back home. Gotta keep working from home. Been doing that for the last couple years. It's been going pretty good. I'm just not looking forward to going back to work. You know, I could just ride this bike all day until it gets dark and then keep riding. Anyway, if you've stuck around with me this long, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like the video, leave a comment down here. Always like to hear some feedback. Let me know how you think I am doing and how you think the channel could improve or be better. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if y'all could just hit that subscribe button. And I think you'd appreciate it too if you hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Recently I started using the notification bell, and it's pretty nice to get those notifications when that new video posts, because before I would just hop on YouTube and I would just look, you know, I'd just go to each of the channels I was interested at that point and I would just kind of refresh their page to see if they posted anything. That little bell icon, the ding ding ding. But it's great. So if you like the content and you want to see future videos made, I got a lot coming your way. So hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Literally just as I finished signing off, I felt a raindrop hit my helmet, or I heard it. I guess I didn't feel it because my helmet's not attached to my body. So I guess it's a perfect time to be calling it quits today. One other thing I wanted to mention was just doing a little bit of an end of the ride review of the gloves, but they're pretty great. So hit that link down below. I'll leave it for you. But yeah, they're awesome. I would definitely recommend these gloves, at least on a first impression basis. They're warm, they're comfortable. I have it on the lowest setting, and I honestly feel like they are perfect and maybe could be almost a little too warm. So it points out that now my feet and my toes and my legs are the colder parts of my gear body area. So love the gloves. Only got them on the first setting. I'll kind of do an update down the road, but anyway, just wanted to finish off with that. Let you all know that heated gloves or heated grips or heated gear, if you're going to do some riding in the cold weather, heated gear is the way to go. Alright, so just to do a little recap, thank you all for coming along. If you liked the video, hit the like button, leave a comment, And if you have not already, please subscribe. Man, I'm working on that and it's getting pretty good. It's getting better. Still got a ways to go, but it's getting better. And as always, remember to ride safe out there. Mind your surroundings. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.